in the background anymore.
Oh, there we go. We're live.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to recap week of all 4 weeks of the Color Magic by DNA. We were just in the same state. Now we're in our own hometown. So kind of semi-sad about that. But we're going to do a recap of what we did with the whole Robert Jones training and makeup that we did. We're going to do some tips and tricks, though. So as you can see, Danielle and I have like half of our face done. Half of our face had no makeup. Some did, some don't. So we are gonna we're gonna go through some of the things, kind of recap of all the things we kind of talked about in each of the sessions. The first one that we're actually going to do is concealer. So concealing the eyes and just, that. So take it away, Danielle. I know you have half of your eyes did.
I sure do. And I just want to thank you for coming tonight. Before I dive into concealing, if you didn't capture all of our nights, tonight is our tips and tricks for the 4 weeks. We'll go do concealing, brows, different eye shapes, lashes, everything. And we're just happy you're here. And so if you're a guest, make sure you leave in the comments who your consultant is. Let us know who gets credit for you joining us today. And also so that we can make sure that if you fall in love with anything that we're doing, that you can get those products from your consultant. So sometimes when I'm doing things, I have to write them down as I go to remember what the heck it was that I wanted and that I thought was so awesome, because I'll forget the name. So if you fall in love with anything that we're doing, literally put a type into the comments and let us know, and just put down the name of the product, and your consultant will follow up with you, and she will reach out and make sure you get all the goodies that you fall in love with, or answer any questions that you have, because sometimes you can be left with a lot of questions. You're not sure if it'll work for you or if it won't. So what I'm going to go over briefly is concealing. And so Robert Jones taught us that concealing your eyelid and your under eye is actually incredibly important to getting your perfect eye look. He also taught us how to conceal things on your face. So other things, which I have this really wonderful red dot right now. I would like to point out, I do have foundation on. So I've done foundation on both eyes, like underneath my eyes and on my whole face. And he recommends doing foundation first, because our foundation covers pretty well. But I can still see on this eye here. Yes, so this is our TimeWise 3D. I use the matte foundation right now because it's summer. During winter, I switch it to the luminous because it has more moisturizers. Matte is super important when it's warm and sweaty, or even if you're just somebody who has oily skin. So your consultant can help you find the right foundation shade for you as well. But I'm noticing on my own face that I still have some things that are happening that I would like to get rid of. So this side is done. Like I've done the concealing on here, and I've done the under eye and the eyelid itself. And look at the difference of the two. Your eyelid has different colors and things happening on it. So to get the best looking eyeshadow and makeup, you want to conceal this so it's all one even skin tone. You want a fresh canvas to be able to paint on. You cannot paint the Mona Lisa on the bark of a tree. So you have to make sure and do your skincare first too. So I am going to do this along with you, and I'm also going to get rid of this red little dot right here. So concealing, I use our Perfecting Concealer. And the shade that I use is light beige. Your consultant can also help you figure out which shade is going to be the best for you. And I recommend that you check it out with her, because it might not be the one that you think that it is. And I'm using our cream shadow brush for this. He recommended one that was thinner. I just haven't given it the haircut that he recommended. But I'm going to take it, and I use my hand as a canvas. I put a little bit of concealer here because our concealer, it's really thin. And I honestly find, truth be told, that if I use this applicator on here, it gives me too much product. And so I like to be able to control it a little bit better. Sometimes I get a lot out of control and crazy if I put it on there. So I put just a little tip on the end, and I'm going to do the one on my forehead first. So you're going to literally just conceal in the one dot. If you go outside of the dot that you need to conceal, you're no longer concealing. You're just changing the skin tone of what you need to conceal and what's around it, and you are not actually concealing. You are just making two skin tones out of it. So you keep it in the line of demarcation is what you told you. So that's looking concealed, which is great. And I'm going to do my eye as well. So I have done this eye, this eye already. This one is, you can still see there's some darkness in here. So we're going to use the tip of this brush, go up to the eyelid, and color inside the lines, which is not my
outside.
Team. It's very challenging. My team name is Color Outside the Lines. So the one time I do not do that is when I am concealing. Because again, if I go outside of the part that's dark, then it's just going to end up both parts are going to look the different colors. So we keep it well within these lines. I get a little puffiness, so I go right just underneath it to right underneath it where the shadow of it is, and I lighten it. And then I kind of fill it in. Got to color inside the lines. So just now you can see what was that? Just for this moment. Just for this moment. Redness, some oily lids, and this is much easier. No coloring inside the lines required. You literally just do your whole eyelid. And so I go all the way up to my brow. So you're going to go all the way up to under your brow. You want to make sure you conceal this inner corner because this part of your eye gets very dark. It's the first part to get dark on your face.
And you said that not everybody has this even skin tone on their eyelids.
Yeah, every single person has different colors. They could be more red. It could have some purples. You can see some blues in it. Like, no person has single color eyelids. So you can see now it's looking a little brighter. Looks a little more cheery. And I'm going to go just on this little spot again. You want to go real thin with it. And then you have to set it. You cannot go and put eyeshadow on or anything under it. I already did my foundation, so this concealer is going over foundation underneath my eyes because it does such a good job already. And then you have to set it. Because if you go to put eyeshadow on, it's just going to come right off. So I actually use our Mineral Powder foundation in a shade that matches my skin. You can also go so you want to make sure that it matches and it's your skin tone. We have a translucent powder as well, but that actually has some light reflectors in it, and those light reflectors settle into your eyes and into the fine lines, and so we don't want that to happen. And so we set it with the Mineral Powder foundation.
Doing it.
All the areas that you did concealer, including on my forehead. And look it's not bright red anymore. So exciting.
That's awesome.
So exciting. And so make sure you do that powder all the way up, all the way under, and in that whole area. So now our eyes are ready. Now I want you to look at my eyebrow. And what you notice. So this brow is mostly done except for one thing. So I kind of wanted to give you a little transition. This brow is not done. This brow is done almost. So I used our Precision Brow Liner. It is it gives you a precision point. Like, where's the camera?
The camera's right there.
So it's a very fine point. It allows you to make little fine baby hair strokes. Very important. And in the areas of your brows that are more sparse, you want to use two different colors of this. So the tails of your brows, oh gosh, doing this again and it's backwards. So I told the mirror. So in the tails of your brows, we want those to be darker. And so right here, I also have a little piece that's just, it's sparse. The brow's just not really there as much. So that's I use the dark blonde for my whole brow, and then I shift to the brunette, which is a little darker, because I'm going to make sure that those tails end up looking a little better. And that this area right here that I completely filled in matches my hair color even better, because hair is not all one color. It's two-toned. Mm-hmm. So see how just that little bit even adds more dimension to your brow. Then I use our eyebrow and eyeliner brush. I use the little spoolie at the end. Your hair needs to be blended just like you blend your eyeshadow. Okay, so now I'm going to do this brow with you, the whole brow. So you want to use the spoolie on your eyebrow and eyeliner brush and comb it first. It's hair. It goes crazy. We don't want crazy grandpa brows. That is not what we signed up for. Dark blonde is where I'm going to start. So I'm going to map my eyebrow, meaning I'm going to put it where it's supposed to be. So indentation on my nose, straight up, is where the first dot goes. The arch is going to be indentation on my nose across my pupil. Give it a little mark. Indentation on my nose across the outer corner of my eye becomes where my brow needs to end. So see how I have some dots now? Then I get to play connect the dots. Do your bottom first. I do my bottom line first. And so you'll notice I do little baby hair strokes so it looks like hair and not a stamp. You don't want stamped brows.
So you use dark blonde for your precision brow color?
I do, because I like the little bit lighter shade of it. And then I connect from this dot to this dot, and then I kind of fill in between. I like the two colors, and I like the dark blonde because otherwise it looks like I have caterpillars on above my eyebrows.
We don't want caterpillars.
There we go. And you gotta kind of like blend and brush it as you go to see where we need to work with. So then I'm gonna pick up that dark blonde again, and I notice that here needs a little more. The biggest
I have like an MC right here too, like where you're going.
Right here,
like right here. Yep. And right here.
Drives me a little crazy, but that's okay. We can fix it. And so the biggest thing to remember on your brows, which, like, let me just tell you, I was terrified to do brows. We came out with these brow products. I had no idea how to use them. I had been in Mary Kay like 2 or 3 years already. Never did my brows. No idea how to do them, but they really frame your face. And my amazing director, Lisa, challenged me to go do brows on 30 people to practice. Let me tell you, the first 2 were a little scary. By like the 6th, I was like, oh my gosh, I know how to do brows. So you definitely
practice. Just practice.
It's all about
and
practice.
It's makeup. It's makeup. You can always erase and reapply.
Yeah, you can erase, you can replace. You can use the tip of a Q-tip. If you go like way outside, you can take the very tip of a Q-tip and just put it on the end and give it a little twist. And it'll fix it. So I love it. And then I'm going to take the brunette and make sure and give my tail a little bit more color because it fades away on your face. It's on the outside. And so for it to look complete, you've got to add a little bit deeper color to it. I'm going to fix it.
And what did Robert Jones say? He's like, it looks more elegant.
Yes. And your eyebrows frame your face. They make your eye makeup look more complete. And I didn't ever really notice how much of an impact it made until I actually did my brows. So I'm going to fill in a little bit. I see some sparseness over on this side. So I'm taking that darker brunette color, filling that in, brushing. And let me tell you, your brows will take you a long time when you are first learning how to do it. But I assure you that if you keep practicing, you will get better. It's like everything, right? Always takes long the first time. So, brows, happy campers. We're good. We're like blended so it looks like hair, not like stamps. And you'll notice they're not twins. Sometimes they're not even sisters. Sometimes they're just cousins. And that's okay. We like all right. The next thing, and this one we didn't necessarily go over a whole lot, but April and I remembered how important it was and how much Robert Jones stressed it, and it's eyelashes. And the biggest thing he said is to curl your eyelashes, curl your eyelashes, curl your eyelashes. We're like, how do you make your lashes look good? And he said, curl them, curl them, curl them, curl them, curl them. So I'm going to curl mine. And I'll show you a demo on my eyes of one that's curled and one that's not. And April's going to do no curling, and she's going to give us an example of our 2 mascaras. We're going to show you 3 tonight. One is, that's my concealer. That's not what I'm showing you. No, it's this one. And that is my lips.
Right.
Powerful pink if you like my lipstick. Just saying.
Oh, okay. Powerful pink.
So I am going to be using our Lash Love Fanorama mascara on both of my eyes. Your consultant may or may not have stock of this mascara left. It was limited edition. So we wanted to make sure and show you the ultimate as well as the lash intensity as well. But ask your consultant if she has any of the Fanorama, because this has been my favorite so far. Curl your lashes. So eyelash curler, classic eyelash curler. And what we're going to do is you can't just curl in one place, because otherwise, like my lashes, especially, they go kind of down. If you curl in one place, you're just like crimping it and just creating like a bent lash instead of like a curved lash. So you have to do it and walk it out. And these things can be really intimidating when you've never used them before. But you want to go to the base of your lash with your curler. And so what I do is I go and then I kind of like scoot it back a little, and then you hold it for like 5 to 10 seconds. And I'm right at the base of my lash. Oh, I was going to do my other eye on this. Oops. Well, I guess we're all even now, so it doesn't matter. You're going to walk it out just a little bit. So what that means is you literally like open it just a little, come out just a bit, and then reclamp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Open it just a little, walk it out a little more, and reclamp. So I do this like 4 times, and it makes your whole eye look awake.
It opens up your eye. Like, you'll see it. One eye of Danielle's and the other. It makes a difference.
So now I want to make sure I get to the very end. And so even just without it, you can see a little bit better. You can see where my lashes are. So I'm going to use the Lash Love Fanorama limited edition mascara. This brush helps, let me see if I can hold something up against it. The brush, oops, it's over here. I keep on holding it in front of my light. The brush just finds your lashes, and there's little pokies. Oh, that's a good angle. You can see it. All the little pokies on the brush, and it helps separate your lashes, and it helps lengthen them. There's also on the very end, there are brush strokes
like
on
picks almost.
Words are hard.
Like little picks.
And they're right on the end that you can use this way to make it even easier to get to those little baby lashes on the inside. So I do the shake and roll, or the swizzle, whatever you want to call it, where you take your brush and you go to the base of your lashes. You kind of go all the way to the base, and then you literally roll it, which means you twist it, and shake it as you go and give it a little wiggle side to side. What that does is it actually coats all sides of your lashes instead of just the bottom.
And what I'm using on my end, you guys, I'm going to use 2 different mascaras, one on the other eye. I have the Ultimate Mascara. So it's in this tube. We have a whole array of mascaras in Mary Kay, but this is the Ultimate Mascara. I'm going to use your example at how you had it.
It's our top seller, actually, that Ultimate one.
Yeah. This is triathlon proven, you guys. So someone had done a triathlon and it stayed on their lashes.
Triathlons are running, swimming, and biking.
Hiking, yep. So this is how it looks. That's the brush of the Ultimate Mascara. And I absolutely love this because this is also, I feel like it's humidity resistant too. When I was out in Hawaii, it didn't run down my face. So I love this Ultimate Mascara. And I'm just going to apply 1 coat on here.
While she's doing that, I'm going to show you. When you need more mascara on your brush, put your brush in and twist it. Do not pump it. When you pump it, your mascara, it gets air into your container and it dries your mascara out.
Can you guys see the difference? One eye with mascara, without.
And so
right?
that's what
that's the Ultimate Mascara. And on the other eye, you guys, I'm going to show you guys this is my, other than the Panorama and the Ultimate, I really love this Lash Intensity Mascara. And the tube, it's twisty. It looks super cool. And there's a technique on how to use this mascara. So where it says Mary Kay on here, that's where your thumb is going to go. That's how I learned it, Danielle. And
that's a good trick. I'm fascinated by this right now. And
so, as you can see, the brush has one side where it's small bristles and the other side where it has longer ones. So the smaller side is where you apply on your lash first, so that way you put the product on, and then the longer one allows you to apply more mascara and it volumizes your lashes 200 times more. Like, I love this mascara too. My intensity mascara. So thumb on the Mary Kay logo. And what you're going to do, that's the smaller bristle. And you're just going to apply it once. About Robert Jones, he said to apply your mascara once before you put your shadow. Apply it once so you know how far to go as far as with the accent and everything else. So give yourself at least one brush and you'll do it at least 3 times. It's like a 3-step process.
Mascara. Mm-hmm. And it makes me look like you have extensions. And so if you also are like me, where you don't have a ton of lashes or you have bald spots because you've made bad choices and picked them up, you can use our lash and brow growing serum, or a lash and brow building serum, I think is the technical name. And it has helped my lashes so much, so that I actually have lashes to put mascara on.
Yay!
And so the reason he has you also do it in different steps is because you want to allow it enough time to dry. You've got to let the coat dry fully before you go put the second coat on. Otherwise, if you don't allow it to dry for like at least 2 or 3 minutes, you're just going to take it right back off. And so we don't want to do that.
Do you see the difference between the intensity? Which is this eye right here.
Right, yeah.
And then the Ultimate.
It's so amazing. It's such an amazing mascara.
Mm-hmm. That's 1 coat, you guys. Well, kind of 1.5.
Okay,
all right.
Where do we go? So I have done my 1 coat. I'm going to go back to my other eyelash. So this was the eye that curled. And so you can see that it's a little bit more awake. I'm trying to like do it so that I'm in my screen still, but better in front of my light. So you
could see it.
So yep. This is the one that curled, and this is the one that didn't. So it's more out front. And you can see I got a little mascara on the inside, but we can fix that. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to do my second lash coat now. There's somebody really struggling to parallel park outside of my window right now. And I'm really grateful that my car's not anywhere near them. And so it helps if you kind of look down too, I find. Then you don't get it on your
lid.
On your lid.
Okay, you guys, I'm going to do the Ultimate Mascara on this side again. I'm going to do that second application of mascara. Don't get it on my hair.
And so I do kind of like to, this is our eyebrow and eyeliner brush. And sometimes I just take like a clean spoolie, which I forgot to bring, and just separate the lashes out. But so that is now 2 coats. And this is 1. Is that a better way to see it?
Yeah, it looks pretty.
2 coats, yeah. 1. 2 coats, 1. 2 coats, 1.
You can definitely see it. Okay. Do the intensity. 1 more application of the intensity mascara. We also have waterproof, you guys. We have waterproof mascara for those of you who tears up. I know that helps. And we also have lash primers in Mary Kay. So just know that.
Well, and what's really cool, and I consulted my mascara expert friend, Angela, in Texas, because her lashes are amazing. You can kind of waterproof all of our mascaras. So they're all water resistant and ophthalmologist tested. So they're not going to get into your eyes. But what she does is she will literally take any of our mascaras, and the final coat that she does is the waterproof one. And the waterproof one waterproofs it all. And so you can see on my eyes now, like this is the one that's curled and it looks way more awake. Like you can see it better. These ones are still kind of poking straight out, so you can't really see them. But this one, you can see.
You can see.
So you're doing your second coat of the lash intensity?
Yeah. Yep.
Love it. So I'm going to give this a minute to dry. And just to remind you that the next thing that we did was we talked a lot about eye shapes. And applying your makeup based on your eye. And so Lisa Olivares, who is both of our senior sales directors, it was yesterday that we were all together.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
And we gave her a live in-person demo, and April did her makeup based on deep set eyes, which is the type of eye that she has. And it looks so much more glamorous on her. Yeah, and she practiced today, and it looks so good because she placed the different colors, the 3 different colors, she placed them in the right place based on her eye shape. So I have a basic eye. I don't have any eyeshadow done. But April, I think you
this eye.
That eye. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Good.
I don't know right. I don't know how to describe it, but I was like, it's that one.
That one. Hey Lisa, yes. Hey Lisa.
Yay, Lisa. She did such an incredible job on it. So
proud of her.
Well, and it just takes practice, right? Like you can see it, have somebody do it. You can see it be done on here, but until you actually practice it, it's not going to work. It's just like somebody can tell you how to make scrambled eggs, but until you practice how to make scrambled eggs, you're not really going to know how. So you have to practice. And your first batch might not look so great, but I bet by like your 4th batch of scrambled eggs, they're going to look great and they're going to taste delicious. Same thing with
tastes even better.
Shocking. I'm making an analogy to food.
Before I start talking cursive.
Yes, April speaks in cursive when she's not fed well.
And I'm hungry.
Some people, it's
blurring my words.
April, it's food.
Yes, me and food. Okay, I'm trying to look for my highlighter.
Perfect. So you can see the big difference on my eyes, even just so far. Like this eye looks more open. Nothing is different about these eyes anymore, except that this was curled and this has not been curled. And so this just, it looks more open. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. It does. And that's a difference between curling it, right? How to do it properly. Or in sections, I would call it.
Stepping it out. Exactly. You have to like step it out and do all of them. So now it's a curve. Oops. It's a curled lash instead of a crimped lash. We don't need to go back to the Conair crimpers. That was not a good hairstyle look.
No. We don't.
Not a thing. All right, April, what are you showing us?
So we are going to talk about where to place your eye makeup and the different styles of your eye shape. So Danielle and I, we have basic eye shapes. So we have a good amount of lid and then a portion here where we can apply highlight or see color. But then just depending on your eye shape is where you would place the highlight or the accent or the mid-tone. And where you place it is important because for me and Danielle, we would place the highlight on our lid and then a little bit above our brow bone. I know for Lisa yesterday for deep set eyes is a little bit different because you'd only apply it on your lid and a little bit on the crease because that's her eye shape. And we just want to stress, like, if you know what your eye shape is, then the accent, the mid-tone, and the highlight just depends on the placement of it to actually allow your eyes to pop, to give you, allow the color, the accent color to show. And especially that big tip that we had given her yesterday was the mid-tone. Like that helps to lift the color and to show the color a lot better, those accent colors.
And the mid-tone, it does the heaviest lifting, but amazingly enough, it's got the least differentiation of like pigment. So the highlight is a lighter color, the accent is your color, like your darker color. But the mid-tone, you typically want to kind of match a little bit to the color of your skin. And so you always want the mid-tone to be a matte color. So sometimes I do like a mid-tone that has like a hint of like a purple if I'm doing a purple, but most of the time I use like our Soft Heather is the one that has a little bit of a purple pigment. I use Hazelnut, which is like a more brown, like a light brown. And if I've noticed that I've gotten very ivory lately, not in the sun. So I can also use Sandcastle.
You also got a farmer's tan.
You see it?
Right?
I don't know if you can see it as much, but I can see it. Oh, hold on, this way.
Yesterday we could see
I don't know how. How did it happen?
I don't know. But I've been using, and it works really well for me because of my skin tone, right? What is this? I'm having a hard time saying it. Cursive. Gilded glow.
And this is a creative, really good thing that you can do. If you don't have 16 different eyeshadow colors, get creative on what you do have. So April's using the bronzer. And it's Gilded Glow, and it's got a shimmer, so the light parts are more shimmer, which she could probably use as a highlighter. And the darker part is more of a matte, and so that's what she's using as her mid-tone.
Love our Mary Kay products. Brilliant. But what we're going to do is we're going to highlight. So that's the first thing that's going to touch our eyes, right? The color of the highlight. For basic, you're going to add the highlight to your lid and right here by your brow. So that's where, and what we had done with the Robert Jones training was he liked the liquid eyeshadow, the light beam. And what he did basically is just put it on his lid. Well, depending on your eyes, right? The lid and this portion right here, just to highlight. Give it some texture is what he said. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to do, which I not do my left. I'm going to do where did I oh, right here. Sorry guys. So I'm going to do my lid because I'm basic. And then right here, I'm just going to add a little color to that. Can you guys see that? Sorry, I don't have my ring light like you do. So for deep set eyes, which we had done for Lisa the other day, we would definitely just apply it on her lid a little bit by her crease, just a little above the crease. But I'm using my phone as my mirror. You're just gonna work that in. So I am doing basic eyes, right, guys? But I'm just gonna give you where to place the highlights of your different eye shapes. So for basic, it would be in your eyelid, a little bit above your crease, and right here underneath the brow.
And it really helps define the brow too when you do the highlighter. And I noticed that when I've not done my eyebrows, sometimes I do my eyebrows at the end because I just get distracted doing other things. And then I go to highlight, I'm like, oh yeah, my brows. And so it just makes it pop.
Yep, give it a little pop. Now for hooded eyes, you would actually add the highlight to the first, so from the bottom, the lash line all the way to your first crease, and then a little bit above here. Now with hooded eyes, it's a little bit different just because you don't have a lot of this fleshy lid, right? So you want to just highlight right where your bottom lash, all the way to the first crease, and then also your brow.
Be different for everybody. Some could have it here, some could have it here, and that hood could be from either a natural hooded eye or it could be from age. So as we get older, we have to learn how to change how we do our makeup.
Exactly.
School's never out for the, what's that quote?
For the pros.
Yeah, school's never out.
For the pros. So with wide set eyes, you guys, a wide set eyes is if you can take one of your eyes and add another eye right there, right?
Yep. So basically, part of it means that this width is the same between. For wide set, if the width of your eye you get here and there's more, there's more on the other side before you get to this little tear duct, you're wide set. Close set is
closer, closer. Half.
So you go here and you come to here and your eyes are actually closer than that.
So with the wide set eyes, you would highlight your same as the hooded area. This lid part, so lash line all the way to the crease, and then also highlight at your brow bone. With the close set eyes, you want to highlight right above here and your bottom and kind of a little bit over on this end. What'd you say, Danielle? Darker?
Yeah, so the light colors bring things forward and the dark colors push things back. And so with the close set eyes, you're going to put the lighter here because it's going to bring this forward, but it also kind of
pushes
it out. So it makes it look
makeup is like illusion. You're creating illusions for your eyes, right? Or to make things pop. For prominent eye, you want to do the highlight right here by your brow bone. And I think that's about it for prominent. Because your eyes are already
forward, so we don't want to bring them forward more with the highlight
anymore.
More darker color to push them back.
So you're wanting your brow to come out a little forward. That's why you highlight up here. We did the deep set eyes, and Lisa, amazing job. And then the last but not least, droopy eyes. So with the droopy, we want to do highlight right above the brow bone and right here on your eyelid too, just on your lid.
Means that rather than your eye coming to a point even right here, level or slightly up, it means that your eyes they come down. And sometimes it's easy to tell on your lips. Mine kind of curl up.
Naturally, right?
If you go like this, naturally, then it's droopy.
So I would be droopy
On your lips.
on my lips.
Think about that same thing for like where your eye comes together at the end.
Yeah.
Is it even? Is it up a little, or is it a little droopy?
Okay, so that's the highlight, you guys, and you can see it does make a difference. My brows are already popping. Sorry with my lighting. Okay, mid-tone. We're going to talk about mid-tone. So with the mid-tone, it's a matte color, and we're going to try to get as close as you can to your skin tone, right? So Danielle has, usually you said you'll do lavender, like a lavender or...
Yeah, I do like a soft heather, which is just like close to my skin tone with just a mild hint of purple. I use a lot of purples on my eyes because it makes brown eyes pop. So the other color is hazelnut or sandcastle. Sandcastle is usually the closest to my tone, but the mid-tone, it does the heaviest lifting, even though you don't see it much.
Right. And so what you'll do is you'll apply it from the base of your lash line right here, or the ending of your eyes. Oops, sorry. And then you'll swing it around to the center where you don't have any color and kind of meet right there where your brow ends. That's where you want to put all the basic mid-tone for basic eyes. As far as with hooded eyes, kind of the same thing, but you want to fill this entire middle portion up, and then almost like halfway, that would be your mid-tone. So kind of like half of your eyelid, basically, and then going this way is where you want the hooded eyes. Same as, so with the wide set eyes, you kind of want to almost fill this entire spot right here all the way. I had a mirror. So from the bottom here all the way to here. And it's almost covering your highlight too. Let's see. For prominent eye, you're basically doing gradation of mid-tone throughout dark and then go light up. Let's see, wide set. What we did for Lisa yesterday was the mid-tone will go straight from here all the way to the center and kind of cover this entire spot right there. So that's where it'd go. And what is the last one? Droopy. Droopy is kind of the same as the deep set. What you want to do is incorporate some of your lid right here, and kind of bring it towards the center there. So like Danielle said, it's more of the heavy lifting, and it's kind of like your matte skin tone color is what you want to add on. All right, now, sorry, we have babies in the house. The last color that we're going to do, you guys, is the accent, and the accent is the whatever you want to do. So yesterday we had done our copper and pyrite, and I absolutely love it. We're gonna actually post on the page of our eyes that we had done. We've done the same color.
We all did it.
Placed it in the different areas, right? And Lisa's one was a little bit different because she's more of deep set eyes. Me and Danielle, wherever we place the colors, but aren't they cute?
They're so pretty. It's our new foil eyeshadows, copper and pyrite.
Yeah.
Or pink and purple.
Love it. So that's the color you would add on, and depending on your eye shape, it depends where the placement of that color. So with basic eyes, what you want to do is you want to apply, I'm going to do the pyrite.
And what was cool too about doing it with all three of us, not only, I mean, April and I still have the same eye shape, but I'm a lot more ivory than she is. She's a much deeper beige than me. And so you can see the difference of how those eyeshadows look on different skin tones, which is really neat.
So bottom of the lash line, you guys, and you want to just add the color there. And you want to just bring it up. So with the basic, you're not going too far up. what you want to do is you want to start from the base and almost like think of a V, right? Yeah, what Danielle's doing.
Micro V.
A little wiper V is where you're placing the color, and the whole thing about blending, like you need to blend the colors because you don't want it to look too harsh. You don't want it to look like it was just slapped on your face. You want everything to kind of flow through.
Like one color. And while you apply it, I'll give them another demonstration of like what blending does. And so I'll do my and I'm going to use the new limited edition cream blush duo stick. So you can see one side, let me hold up a lighter colored background. So one side has the shimmer right there, and this side is not shimmer. And so I'll show you just in a different context the difference of what blending does. So you do this on your brow bone, just above. And so that is what happens if you just put it on. I think we can all agree we probably don't want to go out of the house like that. And and so blending, and I blend this with my fingers. And this is so creamy without being sticky. I love it. So that's a blended cheek color. Not blended. Blended, not blended. Blended, not blended. Blended. And so you can even add like a little bit more to it, but you want to blend because it makes it look natural. And yes, we're putting eyeshadow on. And yes, obviously that's not a natural color that's on your eyes, but to blend makes all the difference in the world. Blended, not blended.
Not blended. So as you can see where I placed the eye color, I placed it right here and a little right there, right above my crease. So that way the color can see.
Mm-hmm. It's like a...
Take your V and turn it sideways. Right.
It's like...
And so you can get really creative with the color. And if you just open your eyes and you don't see the color. Oh, I miss dancing with you, Danielle.
I danced. I might not have been fully capable dancing, but
it's okay.
Just because I have a knee injury, I regretted it later. I enjoyed it.
I don't want you to get hurt. But you can take the copper part of it, right? The copper part of that, and add a little of the copper. That's the copper, right? Oh yeah. To right here. This is what I did yesterday, and I did the same thing with Lisa as well, but our eyes look so different, and the placement of color, same thing. You just have to figure out what your eye shape is. So I added a little pat of the gold, or it looks like gold to me, but that's the copper. Added the gold to the center, and I blended it. Blend it in, you guys.
Have you ever seen that video of the newscaster who's contouring and highlighting? It's a male, and he's making fun of his daughter's makeup videos. And so he puts like blocks of color, like contour, dark contour, super bright highlight, like these super aggressive lines, kind of like my cheek color just looked. And then he's like, and then you just blend. You violently blend. And like by the time he was done blending, like it actually looked really good.
Looked good.
Looked really good.
But you guys can see like the colors, the gold or the copper, and then the pyrite here.
That pyrite color is such a gorgeous. What I love about those foil eyeshadows is when you like hold them up and you see them, they look like they're going to be a really, really, really high metallic, which was a little intimidating to me at first, if I'm being honest. But once they go on your eye, like you don't see the high metallic. They have like light reflectors, but it's not like, you know, how I used to use glitter in the early 2000s on my eyes.
Or when we didn't know how to wear makeup, right? When we thought we knew how to wear makeup.
When I was like 12.
Right.
Or like my 6th grade dances. Ooh. Whoever handed me that eyeliner needed to take it away.
Thanks, Mary Kay, right, for teaching us how to. It's kind of like paint by numbers, you guys. Your highlight, your mid-tone, and your accent. But this is like, that's the color went on my eyes. I did the light beam highlight, right? And then I went in and did my copper and pyrite on there. Oh, my mid-tone. Sorry, my mid-tone with the Gilded Glow. I use the matte portion, but I definitely can use the lighter portion for a highlight. Really could do that. It's multiple use, right? And then we did the accent with the pyrite, and then I did a dash of the copper in the center.
So gorgeous. And so in the process of doing that, I did my third coat of mascara. And so everything is identical on my face. And so what do you like? Tell me your observations, April.
Come in closer. Your eyes are like more wider, or it looks more awake with the side where you did the lash curling.
Yeah, so this is the side, which is so interesting because my brows are the same. Everything else is the same, but like this eye, like it looks awake and it looks brighter and it looks lifted. It looks completely lifted up, and it's literally the only difference is curling my eyelashes. So curl the lashes, and it was really intimidating at first. But curling them, it makes all of the difference in the world. And Mary Kay makes an eyelash curler. It's a limited edition. But if you love it and your consultant doesn't have it, I may have a couple that I would be willing to help you out with. And your consultant.
What I'm going to do next is I'm going to do eyeliner on one eye. So that way you guys can kind of see the difference between no eyeliner and eyeliner. And I'll do my last bit of the mascara on either eye.
Yep. So I started with a little bit of eyeliner that was already on from earlier. And what I love too is the mascara creates, when you get all the way down to that baseline, it creates almost like a liner of itself, especially that lash intensity. But I'm going to do it with you if I can find my tool.
So Danielle has this really cool technique on what she does, and I only learned this with this whole session that we had done.
So we're both using the Intense Black eyeliner. It's a waterproof eyeliner pen, and it has this great tip on it. It's phenomenal. I love that we both have our Nashville postcard.
Yep.
Stand by your jam. Anyway, so I love it. I have my whole stack here. I got a whole bunch of them. I love them all. So I use this as a tool because for me, I find that the lash intensity, or the waterproof liquid eyeliner pen, after a while, it doesn't have the same vibrant blackness to it. And that's just what I found. And I want to be honest with y'all. And so I actually pair it with our Jet Black eyeliner gel. So I use this as a tool because I have way more control over this than I do at the little brush that came with it. And so I use it as the tool, and I hold it. I don't pull it. I don't pull on the corner of my eye because it creates wrinkles and lines, and you don't want to stretch those out. So I just hold it. This also takes practice. Doing your eyeliner without tugging at your eye takes a lot of practice.
It does. I had to just practice on my eyes and see what worked for me, how to put it on, connect the lines. Like it takes practice, you guys. And just know it's makeup. You can always take it off and reapply back on. So, and I love how with
you use like some of these sessions for and getting together with your consultant, because it gives you a chance to practice where you like, I don't know about you, but I'm never just going to sit down and practice my makeup.
It's fun with a group of people. Like you can, and everybody has different eye shapes. You guys can use the same color, but when you apply it on, you see the difference, right? On the placement of the colors on your eye. Ooh.
I want to give it like a narrow and like tapered out to be a little bit thicker. And then you want to do also your eyeliner. And this was something I was totally guilty of before Robert Jones, BRJ. Before Robert Jones, is I used to just do eyeliner on just like this on the lower lash. I would do it just like a third of the way. And he encouraged us to wrap it around, and believe it or not, it actually makes your whole eye look open and more awake. And so you bring it all the way in, like to your tear duct. And you're not doing this on the fleshy kind of, on this part right here. You're doing it just below it. Taper it in.
You see the difference between my eyes?
Oh my gosh, girl. Yeah. And so go back a little bit farther and just look straight on. Like that eye looks bigger, which seems odd and counterintuitive because you're encircling your eye, but makeup is an illusion.
Exactly.
It's an illusion. Abracadabra, right?
Abracadabra, right? Let me do the last coat of my mascara and we will see how my eyes look right after this.
We learned what abracadabra really means during our seminar this year, which was why we were together in Tennessee. Abracadabra, which is what magicians usually say, literally means anything I speak, I create. Which is just a good life lesson too. That anything you speak and you're saying to other people or, you know, to your own self, anything you speak, you create. Should I do my other eye or should I just leave it as the distinction? So now that this lash is curled and the eyeliner is on, I feel like this really looks lifted now. And so, like, honestly, even my eyebrows look uneven because this whole side is more awake. And with the eyeliner and with the curled lashes, like this just looks more open and more lifted as opposed to this side, which doesn't.
You see the difference?
This one now looks a little bit like a lazy eye.
It does. You need a little bit of loving on that end.
On the other side. So I love it because there's no way that April and I would have known all of these things. It's also taken practice since we did the Robert Jones class to actually use what we learned and implement what we've learned. And it just takes a little practice. So come on with us every Tuesday. We do different parts of makeup. We do just tips and tricks so that you can learn. You get to be entertained by April and I and all of the consultants who are working and doing these tips and tricks. So do them with us. And if you don't have the products and you fell in love with some of them, I hope that you wrote it down, even if you didn't put it in the comments. Let your consultant help you. Let your consultant be the expert, and let them know what you love. We also have this really amazing tool. It's called Mirror Me, which is a mobile app that you can use and your consultant can help you use, and you can literally like virtually try on makeup. So if you're like,
Virtual makeover.
I can't do bright lipsticks, first of all, I challenge you. I know. I think my conversion list now is at like 3 or 4 women who are like, I cannot wear bright color. Just consultants. I'm not talking about customers. That's even higher. But Mary Kay consultants who said they could not wear color. And I look at posts from Christine and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so proud. She's wearing like Poppy Please and Powerful Pink. Lisa's wearing all of these amazing lip colors and Sunset Peach. And I'm like, oh, they're growing up. Right? Because people I think are often afraid of color until they try it. So with the mobile app, you can try it on virtually. You can literally select Powerful Pink. Instead of putting it on your lips, you can just see what you look like. It takes a like selfie and you can, as you move around, it moves with you. It's the most amazing technology. It's so fun. So we can do some fun color makeovers with you virtually in these times now still. So it's super fun.
See a difference? Yes.
I know. Huge difference. So you can find the Mirror Me app in your mobile app store. But partner with your consultant on it and send her the screenshots. You can literally take a screenshot in the mobile app of your face with the new tried on color and you can share it with your consultant and you can literally send like, okay, I love this look. And if you don't know which ones to see, there's global looks, like there's looks that are already set together from Mary Kay, and you can share it with your consultant and literally send like the list of products and be like, yo, I look awesome. I want to look like this in real life. And then she will help you with how to apply it all. So I hope you all enjoyed.
I hope you guys enjoyed too. DNA.
We're so fun. At least to ourselves. Hope y'all are enjoyed by us.
Yep. If you guys have any questions, just reach out to us or your consultant and we'll be more than willing to help you.
We'll answer them. Your consultants sometimes are learning too. And so be willing to ask her for help because she needs people to practice with. And just like you need to practice and learn how to put the makeup on, sometimes your consultant does too because it can be a little bit intimidating. Yep. So host a color party. All right. I hope y'all
color party
have an evening. I wish I could give you a hug in real life like I could yesterday, April.
Bye, Danielle. I'll see you at the finish line.
See you at the finish line.